Peace, fam. I'm Guido, the owner of East Ambiance LLC. Have you tried our applied lavender method? The properties of lavender are a great holistic alternative for bug repellent and smells a lot better than a can of off. Oh yeah, and make sure before you go down to the description and hit the Linktree link at the bottom, and then go to the button that says become an Afri-Cultivator. Alright, so to start off, I would like to say that in no way, shape, form, or fashion am I attempting to destroy anyone's belief or anything of that nature. As one that holds an Pan-African ideology, I feel that it is very important that we all try to stick to what is historically accurate when it comes to the different historical peoples and the achievements they may or may not have accomplished. The video I did about North Africa that precedes this one was a slight intro into the topic. So in this video, I would like to go a little deeper to explain some things that the community may get confused about in these regions of Africa. Although historically, these entities did exist both in North Africa. One is a general term and the other is an ethnic term for a particular group of Africans. The Kingdom of Mauritania came into existence around the 3rd century BCE. Mauritania was a kingdom of Berber Maori peoples who would become renowned in history. It was the Phoenicians who named the area Maharim, which means Western Lands. For the folks that believe Berbers are invaders for superficial reasons, before the kingdom of Maori came into existence, the Berbers there had a tradition that is based on the remains of 400 or so settlements that were found near Tichit, modern day Mauritania/Walata, and had been dated back to 2000 BCE and 200 BCE. The area was based on the cultivation of millet. However, with the environment becoming increasingly arid, this was later abandoned. Now, I do know Proto-Soninques were in the region as well, but that's for later. Now about the infamous Moors, quote unquote. Actually, the Al-Moravids or Al-Moravid, the Islamic garrison that controlled Europe and the Maghreb simultaneously, which is definitely an African achievement. This movement was strictly based on religion and was not at all about ethnic background at all. The generally accepted account of the establishment of the Al-Moravid movement relates how Yahya ibn Ibrahim, one of the leaders of the Judala Berbers from the Western Sahara, who was on his way back from his pilgrimage to Mecca, asked Abu Imran al-Fasi, a famous Malakite jurist of the Qayrawan, to send somebody with him to instruct his people in the genuine Islamic religion, as they were rather ignorant of it. This claim can be found in the book called Al-Hulal al-Mashiyah, page number 54. At the time, the Islamic Berbers were warring with each other to gain control over the Western Sudanic trade routes as well. It is also said by Ibn Abizar, 1843-46, volume 1, that under prevailing conditions, only an Islamic movement could provide a unifying factor among the Berbers. Historically, the first Muslims to go into Europe were from the north, and the later Muslims that wanted to reform the movement were black or Sudanic Africans from the Sahel region like Senegal, Mali, etc. And even then, some sources claim that these black Muslims did not really adhere to the Maliki school of Sunni Islam, which was the main ideology of the Al-Moravid movement, which is probably the reason that most scholars associate the black Muslims that went into Europe with the second Reformation wave called the Almohads. So guys, with that being said, I would personally like to say that the ancient Moors of the 3rd century BCE is not the same as the Islamic garrison, and although some people that descended from the kingdom or Maharim or of the kingdom of Maharim may have participated in the Islamic garrison. Ultimately, the Islamic garrison was based on a religious ideology and not so much ethnic, even though ethnic tensions did exist within the ranks of the garrison. And I really don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but black or Sudanic Africans were not the main population of this movement. Before I go, I have a Pan-African moment that I want to share with you all from the book General African History Part 2. And it says, we can regard the living evidence of the original African unity, the fact that in ancient times, dark-skinned men who the Greeks called Ethiopians were in contact with the Libico-Berber world. In most of the oases of the Sahara, in the Fazan, and on all the Saharan slopes of the Atlas mountain range. Peace.